Oh yeah, we're back. Let me get my things together. There we go. Get my situation situated and everything, man. What's going on, family? Oh man, I like that. I like that. This way. This way. This way. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. Yes, y'all. And it don't stop. Welcome to Office Hour. What's your favorite healer? Your favorite Mufa? Had to come back in the place to be with my people. Shout out to y'all for working with me. Um, this is and will be the first of many broadcasts, and yeah, it's only gonna get better, dog. It's only gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? It's just me, myself, and I. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no team yet, but what we do have is just the confidence and the knowing that like we supposed to be doing this work. For those of y'all that don't know me, how's your heart doing? How you sleep last night, man? Um, as we roll into a new day, for those of y'all that don't know me, I am Mufa. I am an intersectional psycho-spiritualist, trained psychotherapist, social design entrepreneur. Been doing work in the deep South in America, in the deep American South for over the past decade, creating safe spaces for Black and brown people to live, work, and play. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fuck with the spiel. You know what I'm saying? Because it's real. The spiel is real, as you see. Yeah, man. But for those of y'all on the internet who may be familiar with my face, folks used to call. I'm gonna go back. I got a lot of names, y'all. I got a lot of names. In this iteration of my life, I am Mufa, and I'm going to use this platform to kind of introduce you to my work, introduce you to the impact that I've had in my community and different communities across the world. Shout out to my long-term people who came from the Trap Therapist podcast. How's your heart doing with Hood Bye Bye? You know, a lot of y'all met me as a trap therapist on these here outdoor internet streets. And, adding to what we know as Black thought, Black liberation. I would say I'm a second generation abolitionist, first generation Nigerian, Cameroonian, Atlantan, born and raised right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Lived the past couple of years, almost 2 decades in Alabama, working in Tennessee, Georgia. And yeah, man, I'm just really excited at the opportunity now to come and really get back out here and start touching spaces, touching people again. Like I said, I want to use this. A lot of my old content, if you go and look up How's Your Heart Doing with Hood Baba, that podcast, a lot of it was really long form content, well, to me anyway, about an hour per episode. I'm going to cut that down and I'm going to use 15 to 20 minutes, try to come on here every day. That's one thing y'all will learn about me, very much a somatic healer. So what does muscle memory look like? What does it mean to be consistent and show up in your process as a creative? My creative process is everything. My mantra for those of y'all that are new here is focus on the work, baby. And you're going to hear me, you're going to see it, you're going to hear me say it. Focus on the work. What does that mean? The work being in your purpose, your thing. What is the thing that you got for the world that can't nobody give us? You know what I'm saying? For me, it is, what does it look like to be unapologetically Black, unapologetically yourself, unique to however you show up in the world. And for me, as a Black man conditioned in an urban environment, raised in a low income household, but with certain specific markers of privilege. Like my mother is a retired professor of nursing, so I grew up on a college campus. I had access to internet when I was young, even though we were living in poverty and kind of working through that. So grew up, very digital in that digital era, one of the first having internet. So with that, I went to school at Alabama A&M University, was all conference inside middle linebacker. So all this soft shit y'all see, I like to hit motherfuckers in the mouth. As I will run through your chat. Shout out to my boys at the combine right now. That's what I thought I was gonna do. Um, that didn't work out. So back in 2010, 2011, I had to sit down and ask God, like, hey man, what's the play, bro? What we got going? And it was like, yeah, man, you need to, tell your story. Have a very unique story. Like I said, first generation Nigerian, Cameroonian, Atlantic. Paternal side Nigerian, maternal side Cameroonian. And I don't really just blackity black, black, black. Born and raised off old Nat. Went to grew up in world changes before the dawn. You know what I'm saying? So aspects of my blackness and being from Atlanta, I want to give a big shout out, man, to Deontay Kyle. I would be remiss if I didn't show love to that boy, because in all honesty, I was in a space, especially, in my professional life, where I felt like my unique, very layered, very black, very, what I'm saying, very trap-esque, aesthetic was hurting me. And it was something I couldn't really show up in the world as myself. And, you know, um, last year, um, I had to bury a parent. My aunt, the matriarch of my family, passed over the years. Been dealing with several deaths, and just a lot of transition, a lot of loss. We'll talk about what that looks like when the aspects of grief, not just grieving people, but grieving the versions of yourself that have to die, essentially. And over the past month, for real, just been tapping in with that boy and understanding, like, man, you know what, like this flave that is us, that is southern, that is black, that is layered, is like my presence in this space is highly needed and is highly appreciated. So I ain't gonna play myself no more. You know what I'm saying? As y'all see in the back over there, you know what I'm saying? Got my firstborn, my only born. You know what I'm saying? I'm a proud girl dad. So, it's really that. And I'm excited, man, to reintroduce myself to the world. Really sit with, who is Mufa. Like I said, I take my lived experiences, my niche, and my expertise in the world is helping hold up the mirror. I'm the mirror on the wall, and helping folks, be able to tell their stories in ways that serve them. Sometimes we have narratives about our life that don't necessarily um, bless us or put us in positions where we can have autonomy, have walk in our full power. And that's not what I'm on, man. I'm definitely that mirror. Um, Living and working in the margins is one thing. Having impact with actors, with athletes, with millionaires, folks that are in different class positions. It's been a journey, and it's taught me what it looks like to really walk with my head high, man. I come from that Think and Grow Rich, a black choice. Don't forget the black choice. Let's talk about Napoleon Hill. Shout out that boy Dennis Kimbrough. Okay. Um, Think and Grow Rich, a black choice, and really what it looks like to understand black wealth in the context of this very violent environment that we call America and Turtle Island. Like, how do we really encapsulate and understand the definitions of what success looks like outside of a capitalist model? My second book I wrote was called Scared of Success: The Truth to Realizing Success in the Millennial World. I'm gonna see if I can drop some links in the chat or on the caption. But like, yeah, man, talked a lot about what I realized success was for me in the process of having to, sometimes when you skip steps, come back. Right, spirit has really had me go through a lot of ego deaths as a modern day spiritualist, um, diviner. As y'all see these motherfuckers, you say, "What, you got no waist beads on your neck?" Nah, egg land, nigga. You know what I'm saying? These are my Orisha, my Lekes. I am a practitioner of African traditional religion. Um, and for those that get all scared and shit, just know, like, I got an ancestor altar over here with a Baptist pastor on it. My granddad is a Baptist pastor in the villages of Cameroon, West Africa. So you really can't throw the baby out with the bathwater sometimes, One of the first um, pieces of advice for me when I started my spiritual walk outside of traditional Christianity was sit with your people, sit with your ancestors, understand who they are, understand what they want from you, and you might be in a position to understand how you supposed to move. You know what I mean? Um, Over the past 6 months, I have been sitting down here in Atlanta. My mom just retired. Like I said, we had to bury her best friend and life partner for real, my aunt. And that, yeah, it shifts things. It creates, that her earthly transition. It was a disruptive. Her only daughter, my big sister, is completely disabled. Has had a paranoid schizophrenic diagnosis since I can remember. I'm 36, probably at least for the past 30 years. She about 50 something now. So being an intergenerational caretaker, man, they did not tell us that shit was gonna look like this. So a large part of what this space is gonna be is deconstructing how we talk about gender, how we talk about identity, how we talk about sexuality, the systems, the constructs, everything these white folk gave us that we can clearly see ain't really working how we thought it was supposed to work. There's a lot of shit. It's like, hey man, I don't know. What I think we can at least ask the question and interrogate. How does this serve me and us and what's going on? Wow, they really put that boy back in office. You feel what I'm saying? What does it mean for us to not be able to depend on the government? If you did, if you did, it's okay. We love you. You still welcome. You feel what I'm saying? But for a lot of us who grew up on, whether it was food stamps, SNAP benefits, you know what I mean? Or like you said, for a lot of folks who grew up in communities where black folks had federal jobs, government jobs, spent a large amount of my adult life in Huntsville, Alabama, in a place that, has a lot of black wealth due to federal government jobs. So what will it look like for us as a community to maybe collectively come together and redefine how we see success and how we view it? I'm excited to get to know y'all. I'm excited for y'all to get to know me. I'm excited to just be my whole black ass self. It's hard and it's been that shame monster, that shit get on your back and it tells you where, as you see, you don't got the right video set up, you don't got the right technology, you don't got the background and all the bells and the whistles that you need. And they're like, bro, that's bullshit. You got a mouthpiece, you got, the vessel that is your body. And me being a conduit is something that I know how to do pretty well. Just showing up and being obedient. I've been told to get on here and crank this thing up for a minute. So that's what I'm doing, shout. I'm cranking it up, man. Y'all see me scared. You see me? I ain't fighting no more, shout. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here, man. So for this first episode, man, if I can't give you nothing, I just want to leave you with, this mantra by somebody I love dearly, Sarah McKeeba Days. Or just this question. In a world where you know that you are enough and all of your needs are met, what would you be doing? I'm gonna say that again. In a world where you know that you are enough, that'll preach all in his own, right? This world, this environment really pushes on us that we're not enough, that we're not good enough. But in a world where you know you're enough and you have all your needs, your resources, right? A lot of my challenges in this season has been me feeling like I don't have the resources and actually not having the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Being in a position where I'm making money, and I'll talk a lot about my co-parenting journey, how I show up as a single co-parent, what that's looked like over the past decade, um, and just a different viewpoint from the masculine as it relates to how we show up, some of the wounds we have as parents. Been dealing with separation anxiety since my daughter was 2 years old, since me and her mother separated. So what does it look like for us to have our needs met, to be in environments that are conducive for our growth? So in a world where you know you're enough and your needs are met, what are you doing? And I've used that Even before I met her, I feel like that has been kind of my process this entire time. What does it look like to show people the process, your process, before the product, before the end goal, before all the fancy shit, before the Grammys, before the awards, before all the lists and shit where they praising you and say kissing your ass. Where can people go to find out who you were in the valley? And I don't want folks praising me on the mountaintop. I want y'all to sit with me in this valley season. Because there's so much good shit right here in the valley. And yeah, man, I ain't gonna make it long form, super crazy long form, but I will say that this is gonna be a dope journey. We got some amazing things coming this year. Working on some projects with some people. Like, yeah, man, I can't cap. I think that's why Spirit had me come back on here, man, because like I'm really excited, despite the damn near inexistent revenue coming in right now. I've been working for myself for at least a decade, y'all, primarily. So, for folks that have been primarily employees, I've been primarily a contractor, an entrepreneur. So when folks be like, you ain't got no job, it's like, my nigga, I stay working. I work for myself. So just because money not coming in don't mean I ain't working, right? That be the thing. And this season, another one of my mantras is honor disrespect. So y'all fuck nigga that thought it was sweet just because you didn't see me popping my shit as I'm used to doing. Hey man, that was where you messed up, my boy. Because yeah, I've been working. I've been taking care of business. I've been handling that. So I want to give some love to all my people in the shadows, all my folks sitting still where you feel like, okay, it ain't my time. I'm not winning. Man, get what? You're protected right now. Spirit took you away from that violent ass environment, from them dangerous ass people, from them toxic ass folk that were faking like they was your partners and your friends, right? They don't fuck with you for real. You know that. So now in a position where you can see clearly, think clearly, you can actually get some of your discipline back. I've been fasting, you know what I'm saying? Definitely much a gardener. Shout out to all my gardeners out there. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, what does it look like to show spirit that you can, say no to some things so that you can let your intuitive gifts tap back in. You feel what I'm saying? That clairvoyant, clairsentience, that understanding, that knowledge, that sight, right? So I'm excited, man, to hop back on here and really introduce y'all to who I am, man, and what that look like. So we gonna rock out. We gonna rock out. You know what I'm saying? One day at a time, baby. So yeah, man. This your boy, Mufa. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Mufa checking in. This is just the beginning. This is just the start. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of us, man. If nobody told you that, I love you. Sleep well, and I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace.